and I run it, and I run it, and I run it, and I run it, that's ironic.
Yo, what's up? It's Jayare TV here with Jayare. What's up with you, bro?
What's up with it, man? What's up with it?
Shit, what you been up to today?
Not much. I actually just left the studio session. There's a session right now. Shit, another making hits and shit, you know?
So you were cooking up earlier or what?
Yep. Cooking up every day down there. It's in the studio down there, shit. I think, what,
every day since Christmas?
8 to 10 hours, I think, a day. Up in there, yeah. So we've been working. I've been working a lot lately.
When did you first start producing?
Let's see, 2000 what? I want to say, I've been doing it down there like 4 years now.
Yeah.
Producing wise, but music wise, shit, I've been doing music. I actually a DJ, really. That's what started all this music shit.
Yeah.
I've been doing that since like middle school. So kind of, you know, I was DJing for a minute, kind of fell off track a little bit. Got into high school, I was doing a lot of sports and shit, and then got back to it. Like it always like threw signs at me. Like it was always like little things here and there like pushing me back to music, but I kind of ignored this shit a lot. And then recently, like I said, the last 4 years, I want to say like something woke me up. Actually, my boy Vic,
Yeah.
he's the one who really motivated me a lot to keep pushing, keep doing this shit. And then shit, I'm here now, you know. But,
So what made you first start like DJing and like even getting into music to begin with?
Yeah, that's a good question. I wasn't expecting that one. Man, honestly, I think, see, back then in middle school, I didn't even listen to, like, I listened to rap because my dad was listening to rap.
Yeah.
But I had a big, like, open ear for a lot of different music. So I was more into, like, up-tempo, like, house music. And then I was, like, parties, like, little house parties in middle school and stuff like that. They had, like, some clubs that would be going on, and everybody was going to those things. This was, like, all-age event. So it was, like, that's really what... Like I went to one, I was like, this looks cool, and then just that beat, like the up tempo music, something like, you feel me? I grew up in music my whole life, so it's just, I don't know. I figured like I could DJ, I could do this shit, and then my boy, he really kind of pushed me to do it, and then I never looked back since. The DJing shit was like I could do it with my eyes closed. You feel me? It was a piece of cake for me, really.
So when did you kind of switch over from DJing to producing?
So me and my boy, two of my other boys that I grew up with as little kids, they started rapping and singing, and they're like, you know, hey, we, you know, somebody else could do it, like Sting T and everybody else, you know, and we could do it. You feel me? So it was like, let's do this shit, and they needed a DJ. So when they needed a DJ, that's when the DJing really came into play with artists. So I was DJing for artists and going places like DJ wise. And then that's when I, you know, like my boy Vic, he been engineering, producing for a year, like I want to say 6-7 years. So he started before me, and me seeing him so much, I was like, man, this shit, this is it right here. Like if I could DJ my own beats that I'm making for artists, that's a dream right there. You feel me? That was the ultimate goal right there for sure.
So where did you originally grow up at?
I was born in South Central. I grew up out there, and then I moved out here to Downey. And then pretty much I stayed out the way, but I still have family and still got houses out there in LA.
Yeah.
So I've been like just really back and forth, you feel me? All my family over there though. My mom just kind of moved us out the hood so we could get a better, you know, opportunity and shit like that. So
yeah. How did you like network and connect with the artists that you work with?
Literally, I want to say my faith, really. Like, cause no one really like getting into this music shit, no one really kind of like, oh, come with me to do this, or come with me to go meet this person. It was just like little by little. Like I started off in the little music group, and then just started networking a lot, being around them, and then like I said, DJing a lot of different places, and then people connecting with me like on the producing side of it, and then you know just growing as a producer, really getting your name out there and really like networking with people. I guess the best way to explain it is like build relationships. Like, you feel me? That's really what got me far with everybody, because a lot of people fuck with me just because of who I am. Not really like I don't even know producing shit. It's just like the person that I really come off. You feel me? As a person, really. So that's how I really got networking really around everybody. And now you could damn near ask any artist, and they done heard about me or done seen me somewhere, or done, you know, they know that I done DJ'd and shit, because I've been on a couple tours too. And so, you know, they for sure they know who I am type shit. Yeah.
What was one of your favorite events on tour?
Man, I guess the adventure, like the journey.
Yeah.
I never thought, like 5-6 years ago, you asked me this question, I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you. I was doing something totally different. And then to me, like going on tour, like my first tour was up with Rucci. That was big for me because we had like 10 different shows. I never done anything like that in my life. So for me to DJ that stuff like this, like my boy Ricky, he was here with me all the way, like every step. So to be doing that, it was really like, that was really motivation. Like this I could do this. My first biggest show ever was I opened up for Other Grito, which was the last show he performed before he turned himself in. And so that show was like huge, man. It was like the biggest show out here in LA. And the fact that we got the opportunity to open up for him, that was like a lot of exposure from a lot of different, you know, all types of different angles. And that's really what made me like keep going. Because, you know, like I said, music came back again after I was going down south another way. And it, you know, I gotta follow it now. It keeps you know, keep pulling me. So that's where it's at right there.
So are there any like producers that kind of like influence you or inspire you in any ways?
Yeah, there's a couple. For sure, my boy, like, you know, my boy Ricky, for sure, man. This nigga, he done came a long way, man. And just seeing his growth and seeing how much he done came, it's like, it make me hustle harder. It make me like, you feel me? Like me and him, we for sure gonna be great one day. And I done always told him that, you feel me? But definitely, producer-wise, that I really looked up to was my boy Cypress. I'm sure you heard of him. Yeah. And I grew up with him playing football. And when I seen him take off in the music, I was doing something else, you feel me? But just seeing how far he done come, and me like really growing up from him from the sandbox type shit. Yeah, he's someone I really do get a lot of influence from. I talk to him on a daily, so the mentorship is there. You know, the friendship is definitely there. That's always gonna be there because we come from, you know, Pop Warner type shit. So it's deeper than music, but for sure, I would say he's guaranteed a producer. I really fuck with, you know, a lot too. My boy Ron, I fuck with him too, you know, because he done put me in positions that I never thought I'd be in, you know. There's a couple of producers I fuck with. My boy K Riggs, he fucks with me, you know. There's a lot of producers I really fuck with that I get along with out here, yeah.
How long does it usually take you to make a beat?
It depends on the beat. You know, I done been in positions that me and my boy Ricky, like, you know, we in a studio session, artist wants a beat right now, you know. They don't want to be sitting there for 2 or 3 hours waiting on the beat, so we gotta be under pressure and kind of like, you know, do it quick in an absence where, you know, the artist is gonna fuck with it too, because you could be doing this, wasting a whole hour, and the artists don't like it. It's a wrap. But really, it just really varies on the beat. Some beats that took 30-40 minutes and they done became bangers, and you know, you gonna hear those soon. For sure, you gonna hear those soon. And then you got some beats, you know, that it took 2, 3, 4 hours, and those is like historical beats. They got more sentimental value to them than just a regular beat. You know what I mean? Because we took our time into that beat, make sure it was mixed right, make sure it was sounding right, everything like that. You feel me? It just varies, really, you know. But if you want to put me on a timer, like for sure, maybe, you know, I want to say a solid beat, 20-30 minutes, like, you know, break it down and everything, you know, something like this, like for sure it take about an hour, you know. It just depends on the beat, the vibe, really, you know. But like I said, we done beats in 30 minutes. And those for sure was bangers for sure.
Do you have a favorite beat that you made for any artist?
I want to say, damn, I made a song for Ralfy the Plug. Yeah. That was for sure historical for me. That was a milestone, a big milestone for me. I was super close to Draco, and the day he passed, R.I.P. my nigga Draco. It was like, it was gonna happen. That moment was gonna happen. And like I said, I've been fucking music for a minute, so that was a big thing. But I got a couple artists. I got Rucci, I got RJ, I got Lucky the P, I got AZ Trike, AZ Sway. Who else am I missing? I got a couple more too. I got a couple artists under my sleeve for sure. Savvy Third. Who else? I don't know, a couple more for sure. I got a couple more.
How can people get beats from you?
Really, in my, like, personal, like I guess the DM really, because I started off with I was doing beat stars and all that shit. I mean, those beats I still got to account. They could get those beats. They kind of like when I don't want to say first started, but in the initial stage. So all my beats I do now, I don't even sell, like I don't put them out like that. Really, you really just gotta be in a session with me, or you know, I'm a DM away. You know, I answer all my DMs and stuff like that. I'm always networking, working with everybody. So you feel me? You need me here or something? Just holler at me. I'm gonna pull up and we work from there. We talk business after that. Cause I got a lot of, you feel me? I got beats and sending beats out and you know, miscorruption and beats and all that. It's true. I don't deal with that already. So I was like, now that I'm at the point really like I'm negotiable with anybody and anyone. So all you gotta do is DM me, you feel me, and hit me up, and we could work from there. Pull up to the studio, we could make a beat on the spot, or we could damn near, you feel me? I got shit all up in the vote, you know. Yeah, but that's really where it's at with that. With the beats, selling beats, but definitely, you know, everything got a price on it. You know, that's how it really is.
What's your opinion on the LA rap scene right now?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. It's tough, really tough. You know, everybody in competition for sure. Everybody want to be the biggest LA producer. You feel me? Like, and it's crazy. I guess everybody has their own time to really take the opportunity. I feel like in this music shit, you know, once your opportunity comes, it's really what you do with it and how you gonna move from that. You know what I mean? Like I said, my boy, go back to my boy Cypress. You know, I started seeing him from like day one to now, and it's like it's crazy what he got going on from just like being consistent, and then of course, you know, being cool with everybody, networking, and just being who he is. He's a real dude, and so shit like that is really how it's going to determine your future a lot. Is how you choose your opportunities and take them when it's available, you know. And if you push it, I think God gonna always like put something in front of you where it's gonna motivate you to keep going, you know. And that's really where it's really at with this music stuff. It just really depends on if you really want to take that sacrificial, because it's gonna hurt. Sometimes it's gonna be painful, you feel me? Sometimes it's long nights, long days, stressful shit like that, you know. But definitely, you just gotta have faith, really, yourself. Have faith that, you know, somebody or something's gonna put that in front of you, and you gonna hold on to that and keep pushing with that. You feel me? A lot of people, they grab that and then they kind of sit back, or they kind of relax a little bit. And I feel like in the LA scene, there's a lot of people around that you know, they grab that and they content with that. They don't try to push to go worldwide. They don't try to push to go East Coast. You feel me? Me and him, we have multiple dreams, and definitely like this year I plan on going to London, you know, different places around the world. I got people that I know that, you know, I want to personally go out there so I can network with more people and get around like worldwide. I'm not trying to just, you know, stay in the LA scene and nothing like that. I grew up here, so it's always gonna be home for sure. But I really want to go, you know, East Coast. I definitely want to go across the world for sure with this shit.
Do you feel like producers should get as much recognition as artists do?
Definitely. If not, maybe sometimes a little more, honestly, coming from a producer, you know, stance. Just because, you know, artists, they come in and they like, oh, I don't mess with this beat. 2 months later, you show them the same beat, they fucking with it. So it's like, you feel me? Well, what changes the aspect there? Maybe something you changing the beat. Maybe just you being a producer. You feel me? 2 months later, now you got all this recognition. Now they want to fuck with your beat, you know. But it's really it's a hard topic because artists do make songs also. I done heard a lot of beats that they were somewhat okay. The artist gets on it and bars the beat, and now it done became a banger. You feel me? It became a hit. Vice versa. You hear songs that got, you know, good vocals. You take the beat out and it's like it's whatever, you know. So it kind of go both ways, but for sure, you know, producers do need to get a little bit more recognition. You know, ever since the game started, even a lot of producers, a lot of artists you hear on the radio, a lot of people don't even know who made the beat. They just know who sing the beat, you know. And little they know, you know, it could be someone who's big, you know. And so, yeah, definitely producers need to get more recognition, I feel, in the music industry for sure.
Have you ever tried rapping on any drum beats?
Nah, you know, nah. I want to say, like, you know, my boys, they always in the booth.
Yeah.
I've been around my boy Vic, who was day and night sleeping in here. You feel me? It's really the trap house right here. There's seen so many people in this room right here, and as small as it is, it's really like where we started. Like this is home base right here, and I done seen people come in and out recording and all that, but nah, I never really like try to rap on none of my beats. I'll be messing around here and there, but no.
If there was any artist you could work with, who'd you choose?
Well, like I said, my Draco, RP my nigga Draco, he was someone I was motivated to work with.
For sure.
I didn't get close to him, so I definitely got his brother. So that was a big, big milestone for me. Other artists now that I want to work with, I want to go wide with it. I want to go into the Spanish for sure, like the reggaeton.
Yeah.
Big artists, anybody in LA I could really get a hold of. So I'm not too like spontaneous about LA artists because I know I'll eventually be in their position, and show my opportunity. But big artists, yeah, for sure. I want to go like the Mexican side of it. Go a little bit deeper in that because there's a lot of Mexican female artists out now. They're coming out with different vocals and they're going crazy with it. And those are big opportunities right there for sure.
You got any upcoming plans, like musically, dropping soon?
Yeah, we actually, my boy Crook, me and my boy Ricky, we've been in and out the booth. I mean, out the studio for the last, I want to say month, 2 months. Just grinding every day. And he finna drop a whole album, his first album, I think. And we down there co-executive producing, so that whole album is finna go crazy, bro. It's finna really wake the whole LA scene up, guaranteed. And everybody finna know who, you feel me, Jayare and Ricky are for sure after that album. That's gonna be a big album. But of course, I got shit dropping with all types of artists. Again, more with Ralfy, more with Rucci. I got some shit in motion with like Joe Moses. I got some shit, a lot of shit with my boy Ricky. We doing damn near a gang of work down there, everybody.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Ricky coming up. Who we dropping?
One take.
And then my boy One Take Jay. We got some shit with him. We got some shit with Project Baby Twin. We got shit, a lot of artists coming for sure. This summer is for sure gonna be my summer for sure.
Yeah. Alright then, bro, anything else you want to say to the people?
No, none. I mean, shit. Have faith, really. Just keep pushing, I want to shout out my boy Ricky. He's my dog for life. My boy Victor, without him I wouldn't be here. My boy Migo, shit, I've been fucking up since the Sandbox days. Shit. My boy Ron, shout out to him too. He put me in a lot of great positions. My boy Cypress, he for sure a real one. And really just keep pushing, really, never stop, never think that you're running out of time to fulfill your dream, because you feel me, your dream could really be now, or it could happen tomorrow, and if that's the case, really is what you do with it, you feel me, and how far you run with it, and that'll really put you who you really are, so
Oh, yeah,
that's pretty much it, man, for sure.